check it out, Casper!
Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Casper here, and today we're going to be talking about what are some of the easiest heroes to play in Overwatch, and a few gameplay tips you can use to get going in this game if you might be struggling to do so. Obviously, this video is aimed at Overwatch players who are either new to this genre of game, are a bit confused about what each hero does, or are generally just a bit unsure how to start off. So let's break it down and look at heroes from each of the four main groups: attack, defense, tank, and support. So attack heroes in this game are typically those with high damage, high mobility, but usually a low health pool, and you may find you're dying a lot because of this low health and lack of damage blocking abilities. For this reason, I recommend Soldier 76 as the easiest attack hero to learn to play efficiently. For anyone coming from a traditional FPS game, Soldier 76 should feel immediately familiar to you. His rifle works like your typical assault rifle or SMG in any game, and his secondary fire is a single shot projectile, and you can even hold shift to sprint at any time, very much like traditional FPS games. He's the only attack hero with a healing ability, which you ought to find very useful if you are someone who is finding that you're dying often. And his ultimate ability is literally aimbot. So even for those of you who aren't too confident with your accuracy, you should feel pretty comfortable once you've built up your ultimate. Now, whilst his rifle does have a distance damage fall off, it is still possible to play effectively as Soldier 76 from range. With almost every other attack hero, your abilities typically encourage you playing close to the enemy or on the flanks, which is usually more risky and can result in you dying more often if you're not too quick at reacting. Playing with the pack of the team as Soldier 76 is a viable strategy, and it will maximise your chances of survival, whilst at the same time still allowing you to be an effective team member. Defense is a little less cut and dry as the attack group, but I would encourage someone to choose between either Bastion or Hanzo if you're looking for something easy to pick up. Now, Hanzo is a sniper, and he does have projectile-based arrows as his main weapon, which may sound a little bit daunting at first. However, their hitbox is very generous, so you don't have to be perfectly accurate. He can also toggle on his scatter arrow, which explodes on impact, so even less accuracy is required, as well as a wall hack arrow, which marks enemies in a radius of where your arrow lands. Bastion, on the other hand, is a little bit more like Soldier 76 in as much as his primary fire works like an assault rifle, and he also has an unlimited self-healing ability, which you can use at any time, but of course you cannot shoot whilst you're using it. At any time, you can also convert yourself into a stationary sentry gun with insanely high damage per second. Whilst literally holding one button and mowing down enemies in this mode may sound easy, you do have to remember that you're extremely vulnerable whilst playing like this, so you've got to choose your position carefully whilst as sentry gun Bastion. Tanks are another hero subset where it's not so cut and dry, as these seem to have the most complex set of abilities and the least like traditional FPS games, but I would personally wager that the easiest hero in the tank category is probably D.Va. Her primary fire is an infinite ammo, close to medium range, rapid fire, shotgun-like attack with a decent amount of damage. However, one of her most redeeming factors from an ease point of view is her massive health pool. A large portion of her health is also armor, which is possibly the strongest type of health in the game because it has extra damage reduction properties for every single bullet that hits D.Va. So any rapid fire weapons such as those used by Tracer or Soldier 76 are left very ineffective against her. She's also the only hero to effectively have 2 lives before she dies, as when your mech is destroyed, rather than being sent back to the spawn room, you're flung out of your suit, and you can now play as a suitless D.Va, where you can build ultimate very rapidly to call your suit back. Although, be wary, as suitless D.Va is extremely fragile, and she's got no abilities other than her pistol, so play very passively whilst you're out of your suit. Finally, we have support, a group of heroes mostly dedicated to healing the team. The easiest choice here is almost without a doubt Lucio. Lucio is one of the most effective heroes in the game because his main property is an AoE healing, which is entirely passive, i.e., you literally don't have to do anything to heal your teammates. It is constantly happening to any teammate who is within a certain distance of you. With a single button press, you can also boost this healing ability momentarily, giving additional heals to yourself and allies. When healing is not necessarily appropriate, such as the start of the round or after you've just respawned, Lucio can also toggle on an area of effect speed boost, which operates similarly to the healing. Just don't forget to switch back to healing once you're approaching enemy lines. And he's not just a healer, he has a moderately effective primary fire which bursts 4 bullets that deal 25 damage each, and his secondary fire, which is on a cooldown, is a pretty strong knockback attack. This can be used for area control, but in many maps you can even get some pretty sexy plays pushing enemies off the edge. Finally, his ultimate is another massive splat of healing, which gives 500 HP of rapid drain overheal to you and close by allies. Whilst this does drain extremely quickly, using it at the right time can perfectly deny a large amount of damage ults such as McCree's Deadeye or Junkrat's Riptire. So there you have it. Of course, everybody is different and your personal video game strengths may not fit these heroes perfectly. But I do hope that my explanations and justifications of why I consider these heroes the easiest to pick up has been easy to understand. If you do think that there's another hero who I haven't mentioned, maybe a better pick for a new player, then please let us know in the comments. And of course, please explain your reasoning as well, so anyone who is reading the comments looking for a good idea, they understand why you said that. Thanks everybody for watching. We've got new Team Fortress videos on this channel every Thursday, and something else, quite often Overwatch, on Tuesdays. I do plan on producing a lot more guides and live commentaries, so don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in seeing anything more like this. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.